Welcome back, every pony, to Unicorn Brigade, headquarters company here. This is Sergeant Roy Calbeck, in charge of quarters, and today, again, I'm playtesting the Super Ethical Unicorn Edition of Hearts of Iron 4, also known as Das Letzte Einhorn 36. Yesterday was a pretty exciting game, actually, but it did turn out to be fairly buggy with a bunch of internal flags that did not trip properly. Last night I did yet another all-nighter up until 5 a.m. Hunting down as much of it as I could. I think I found the core problem, but it is going to require a new start. So let's kick off from the beginning. Also, I've done some changes. Things like the loading screen and the menu. You know, just graphical stuff, but it's just a matter of polishing the mod. And there's part of it. This Black Ice Das Letzte Einhorn Edition. I need to update all the rest of these screens with the new logos and such. I may have to replace a bunch of them because it's actually very hard to knock out the La Resistance is like 3 versions of Hearts of Iron back. It's like there's another one. I may have to redo that one though, as part of it was overwritten by the text screen on the bottom. Gaiety is the most noticeable function of the Soviet Union. Yeah, right. It's no. So there's the new main screen. Hearts of Iron Black Ice mod with the Das Letzte Einhorn submod Super Ethical Unicorn Edition. I don't know. I might make a Super Evil Unicorn Edition. But there you go. Got some original art from Steve Galacci way back in the day. I figured I'd go ahead and put it to use finally. I think that came out pretty well. If you're a military historian of culture, you may notice Stalingrad off to the left, and that is an actual German war map from that battle. At a point where it looked like they were actually going to win. Chosen because, well, this is a historical game, and Stalingrad is still going to be, I shouldn't say historical, it's a alternative history game, but Stalingrad is still a primary objective. And that is from a point where the battle was not decided. It looked like it was going the Germans' way. It could have gone either way. And we'll just see. We'll see how it goes. So I got rid of the unicorn thing over here for the loading bit. Mainly I just wanted to get rid of the image of Hitler and Mussolini chumming around, because Hitler's dead in this game. So he should not appear in any references other than being dead, and there should not be any images of him. So the main reason was I just wanted a placeholder to get rid of that image. I think I found something more appropriate there. I want to go somewhat light on the, I shouldn't say too light, but somewhat minimalist on the unicorn stuff. At least so that when it stands out, it's not constantly in your face. You know, it should be coming along as a pleasant surprise. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. And I am getting started somewhat early today. I've got a delivery that's coming later on, and I want to get in a few hours of playtest / streaming before that arrives. Yesterday we were rudely interrupted by the AC man, who was supposed to come early in the morning, came late in the afternoon instead. Oh well, life is what it is. And as I was mentioning before, I can't just pick up from yesterday. Go ahead and just want to keep that as nice background music, but background nonetheless. Yeah, I need to move some of this stuff up to the top there. Yeah, like that. Runs off the edge there, but there's plenty of room up here, so I'm going to go ahead and change that around later. We do not suggest playing without historical focus on. BICE is not tested for ahistorical play, and CTDs are more likely to occur. Crashes to desktop. But you're a stupid unicorn, so you're going to do it anyways, aren't you? You bet! Da-da, da-da, bum, bum, bum. I think what was messing things up yesterday... Huh, that's interesting. I made a change yesterday which was supposed to knock 100 power off. But when I did a playtest run earlier today, it came up as 175 in the red, which I thought was too extreme. Now it's back to a positive of 0.7. Something was magnifying that that drop. I may have to go back and put... You know, we're into it already, and a quote-unquote bonus of 100 political points is not that big at the start of the game, so let's just roll with it. Allgemeine SS. The short stuff traces its roots to the ends of the Great War. When Patriot... yeah, I did all that yesterday. Twice. So now it's the interminable getting things set up period. I like to unite the Kriegsmarine at Rostock and move the subs over to Kiel, because this version of Germany, Roy Calbeck's version of Germany, does not attempt to contest the North Sea with the British. That was something that the Germans never planned for doing until like 1945 or 1948 anyways, assuming they never even went to war until then. So, yeah, going to war with them in 1939 meant that the Kriegsmarine was never going to have a chance of a toe-to-toe fight. Which is why they went for raiding. They said, okay, we'll make everything raiders. If you can't fight fair, fight sneaky. Kind of thing. Which is all well and good, but even then, there's only so much you can do. And, you know, raiding operations are very high risk, as the Germans found out the hard way. Okay, and there's the rest of the Ju-52 bomber wings. All the Ju-52s, including the transports, go into storage so we can start converting them back into being full-fledged transports, so we don't have to loot the main reserves for them. The main reserves, he says. What I'm trying to say here, okay, those are close support, is so that we don't have to loot the Lufthansa, the air service, the actual, you know, civilian air service. They get to keep their planes. Don't want to screw with the economy if we can avoid it. Swear to God, sometimes my brain just refuses to turn on. I've only had one cup of coffee today, too. I won't say I'm trying to cut back, but I got into coding today, even all the way up until the actual stream. So I didn't actually go out and make myself a new pot of coffee. I was just caught up in doing that. I kind of wonder why the Germans were importing so much tungsten here. Because at least initially, they don't really need it. I may come to that later. Let's see how other things turn out. Okay, first of all, need to get the 10th. Because we should have 9 already. 9 of these. Yeah. No, not there. Damn it. Here. So you managed to get it into every one except the one you were shooting for, Roy. Other than that, I have big bonuses to start off with for making more military factories, and I need more military factories. Where to build them, though? Saying these are bonuses that you get because of the local infrastructure. Let's go for Franken. What's that? 5 initial. That should be fine to start with, just to get rolling. Immediately put into consumer electronics. Yes. Hey there, Buckeye. Was not able to rescue yesterday's play session, unfortunately. There were too many bugs introduced, and I spent all last night in debugging sessions. So, brand new try. Yep, it's a new playthrough. Has to be. Too much was broken from the last ones. It shows that it's playtest. I've got that in the title for the stream. So my apologies for that. Yeah, not gonna have the Czechoslovakian Romanian thing. That was a very interesting situation. But after going through the code and seeing all the flags that did not trip internally, yeah, it was a dead game walk-in. So my apologies if this is going to be boring as a result. I'm having to go through a lot of the same motions to test a lot of the same stuff and make sure that it's actually working. None of that. None of that. Cut back Panzer production. As a German, I should be biting my tongue when I say that. Ah, yeah. Cut back some Panzer production. What are you doing? The Panzer One sucks. The 2A sucks. We're going to get better tanks. Oh, okay. many of these I actually need. Initially, maybe not any. Get up there. 3 on each of these because they do actually need to get built pretty quickly. Keep flak and pack down here at the bottom. And 1 on each. Oh yeah, don't want to forget the Junkers. Oh, that's right. Got too many machine guns to start with, or rather, I should say, enough. Same for mortars and infantry guns. Okay, that frees up 6. Only 6 per year, huh? Yeah, that should do. One each there, 1 each there. Gonna need more light artillery. And more heavies. Okay, got the air organized and the sea as well. Now back to, yeah, these guys. Come on. There we go. Leave that. It's a Panzer Corps.
Zuhören! Zuhören! Ihre Befehle?
A little bit lighter than that. There we go.
Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Second's army. Should be a garrison army in green.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
First Panzer Corps under Guderian. Of course!
Achtung!
Army Westwalt. Westlee. What am I, Dutch all of a sudden? Light blue and infantry army.
Zuhören.
And it's still their national anthem. Now, where is he? There's Hauser. They get the gold trim, and they are a special garrison corps.
Zuhören. Angetreten. Angetreten.
An artist I used to know opined that
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
speaking German sounds like angry horses.
Befehle. Bereit.
Probably true to an extent. Oh, come on.
Bereit
There we
zum
go. 2,
Ausrücken.
3, 4, 5,
Befehle.
6. That's going to be Rommel.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
And we'll hand this off
Achtung.
as a special reserve. Just because nobody else can command it right now. And cover the beaches. And nothing else. Just the beaches. They're also an independent command.
Achtung.
Infantry army. Orange. Ani. Not an army, but an Ani. There we go. And just about ready to get underway here.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit.
Come on, there we go. No?
Ausrücken.
Yes, there you are.
Ausrücken.
Okie dokie. Save start. Yeah, I hate having to redo everything too, and yesterday turned out really interesting. Let's see what today turns out to be like. Being as that it's also ahistorical. Just like the American Boy Scouts. Bloody sniffles. Kriegsverein under Raider. And these under Donuts. Admiral Donuts. Let's wait until... There we go. The Scharnhorst und the Gneisenau. Huh, they should be in there now. Yep, there they are. Okay. Set up the Kriegsmarine to actually use use all the dockyards. All dockyards available, please. Thank you. Hey, is that Calbeck coming in? Yes, it is. How are you doing? And as I've been saying already, once again, this is a play test. Trying to get stuff. Yesterday was so buggy that even though we got pretty far and a lot of interesting stuff happened, have to restart. Just couldn't rescue that save game. That's weird. Did it go to the top? I put it in twice. Oh. There it is. How'd that get there? And there we go. Now I just gotta assign these guys. Otherwise they go to a reserve fleet and they gotta be moved anyway. Actually, speaking of which, where the hell's this? Oh, never mind. Nothing actually in it, it's just a holder. I think. German Reich Reserve Fleet. Let me see here. Did it actually? Yes, it actually did already build something. I turned my back for just a couple of days. Okay, these guys go to the training school. Hey, have some brand new obsolete destroyers. Use those to train new crews. What new crews are you talking about? You'll get some eventually, at some point. Maybe. Be ready to fight the Russians with what you have. Okay, those also go to the Marine School because submariners need training too. .1936 save. And these should all be here now. Okay. Put some of these into reserves and start splitting up the rest. Alright, air wings done. Oh, I think I screwed something up there. Okay, we'll just put all of that together. And all of that together. Screw it. Let's see, 45 and 51. That's interesting. There you go, just reinforce them. And the rest of you are a hodgepodge. Okay, that's all organized.
Befehle!
A second, what? Ah, okay. Those are Lithuanian garrisons. Ja, why wouldn't they be?
Ausrücken!
Actually, let's have all you guys at Wurzburg today.
Angetreten! Angetreten! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
You already know where you're going, in particular. There we are. Yeah, just like the American Boy Scouts.
Achtung!
Ich schwer.
Ausrücken!
Or is it ich schwer? Okay, 12
Bereit zum
divisions.
Ausrücken!
I guess he'll eventually figure out where he needs to go.
Befehle! Ausrücken! Achtung! Angetreten!
Marsch! Oh, right. We'll go ahead and enter the Rhineland first.
Zuhören! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Alrighty. And that's all of it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Basically, we're poised for one division to advance into every area necessary to cover the border, and them in support down south. Rommel's reserves way up north if necessary. Why, you may ask, are they that far north? Well, there's not much difference between putting them there and here, and if, for whatever reason, the Netherlands becomes problematic, then we can deal with them. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way right away. And start getting the troops built up. Let's hope that this actually works now. Between the last version of Black Ice and this version, massive changes were made in how the SS produces troops. And this click menu is what fucked me up. I was still trying to deploy troops using the old method, and that just doesn't work.
Ihre Befehle?
Last night during a playthrough, I actually managed to accidentally put like 50 SS battalions on the map because I had missed 3 brackets in the code. It's like, oh, you want all these to deploy, right? No. Oh, by the way, since they deployed, it broke these flags. God damn it.
Zuhören! Angetreten! Bereit! Ihre Befehle?
So there should now be 6 of these deploying.
Zuhören!
Okay, there's 4,
Angetreten!
5. Specifically, these Totenkopf Standards. What they are is units that have been redeployed from the death camps which have been dissolved, thus freeing up extra manpower. Also, I gave politically a big hit. You'll see that daily change is -1 right now. That's because it's trying to adjust for a 25% hit in Nazi Party popularity because of all the anti-Semitism that is now being pushed back on. So you should see this break open by a big chunk. And yeah, the communists are even starting to make a comeback. There's two commies in the Reichstag, or at least the equivalent thereof. Incidentally, though, I believe that Germany starts off with the communist. Yeah, communism is already banned. So even though the KPD has power there, they're not in the Reichstag. These guys are illegal. That's just the support for them. Oh, that's right. That is the amount of support in polling, not the amount of actual power they have in the Reichstag. My bad. League of Nations moves into this palace or another. Don't care. Remilitarizing the Rhineland. Yep.
All right.
Oh, no. Get in there.
Zuhören.
There we go. And now we need to rebase the Air Force. Tira-la-la-la. 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 Hey, hey. The Splitzers. You must always remember the golden rule. Do unto others as they would do unto you? No, do unto others, then split. Oh, right, I need to change that. Otherwise, it's going to keep bugging me to make aircraft that I'm not going to be making for a while. And Eastern France is all well in range from there, so let's leave that be. Yep, there we go. That's just for intercepting bombers coming from France. That's all their job is. They're not very good at it either. They're Arado 65s. Okay, so having reorganized all that, let's make some speechery. Nothing quite pulls a crowd like a well-spoken unicorn.
Achtung. Zuhören. Befehle.
And I believe I can give him control of airfields as well. There we go. Not this, though. Nope, not enough. Okay, let's get rid of the police state, because that's the first thing. And lower taxes, because that's the second thing. Decrease the burden on the German peoples. Do I have any shortages? Okay, horse transport, artillery trucks. Heavy artillery. Not by as much as I thought, though. me. No extra rubber to put into that, so these are just going to have to catch up. That'll work. That'll get caught up very quickly. Anything else down here? Not yet. I got the pop-ups flagged for the SS units, so I shouldn't have to constantly recheck them. If I do, something else is broken. Okay, hello, Otto Scorzani. The first guy we always pick. That's another thing. That should actually open up a section for speeches, but I don't see it showing up. Of course, I haven't seen it show up even in the vanilla version of Black Eyes, so it could just not be active yet. Ah, yes, let's get Goebbels' mass media going. As an extended statement of threat. It's like, don't fuck this up, I'm giving you a shot. You need to make this better. You need to do better. Alright, let's open up State Affairs. Guess I'll put all the, well, that's not necessary at all. I'll get caught up very quickly. Wait, did I? Yeah, okay. All right. See, the new factories are already getting built. They're getting built very quickly. So I had big initial bonuses for building mills. Okay, so cooperating with Argentina in cross-training. Oh, almost forgot. Need to get more oil. Need that oil! Guess I'll trade with the United States for it. Throw 2 factories at him, and that should get me on the rise. 1 extra to start filling up. Alright, and I'll be capped off in about 3 years. 1939. Why won't there be more broken stuff? I just cleared out a bunch of bugs last night. Yeah, bugs have a tendency to proliferate. They're like roaches. You stomp on a few and a bunch more show up. But there does come a point where if you stomp enough, you get rid of all of them. It takes a hell of a long time, but you get there. The thing is, I've been at it for a week before I even played yesterday's public thing, because I thought I had everything working yesterday. I thought I had everything working yesterday. Consumer electronics. Okay, so that's done. We leave this and go over to industrial. Light and magic. Get cracking on them catalytics. Crack-a-lackin'. Empowers the foreign nationalists. So we can send a bigger Condor Legion, basically. Makes them bigger! What was I looking over here for? Oh, looking at the wrong thing here. It should be looking in here. Okay, so we've ended the police state, we've lowered taxes. Most of this I do want to take care of, but I have to do it later. Because I take a major political power hit, and also I don't have enough to do what I need. Oh, wrong thing. Not that. Foreign investors banned. I need to get them to the point where they're tolerated, but I'll take like a 5% total political hit. So I have to make that like the last thing that I do, just about. Which makes sense, because that's essentially the Nazi opposition to international finance, which they believed was run by the Jews. So it's a big part of their anti-Semitism thing. You're not just going to make it go away overnight. It would be nice, but it's not going to happen. I wind up getting Funk later anyways. Yeah. Oh, there's always... as a matter of fact, I know for a fact that there's some bloated code. I just... It hasn't been my interest in hunting it down. Like this right here. There's a bug. It's not showing me the proper number for allied anger. I don't know why. So I don't know how angry at this moment the allies are at me because it's not returning a proper figure. I have done nothing to mess with that I know of. But that is one bug that's going to have to be checked at some point. It's not a game breaker, though. So, oh, you don't know that the allies are angry that you took over the Rhineland? How could you not? Okay, I want to get started early with getting these submarines, or not submarines exactly, but naval experience game. Because that takes a long time to build up, unless you send the fleet out to actually train, which takes forever in a day and eats a lot of fuel. Basically, until I get the fuel situation squared away, I can't afford training maneuvers for the Navy. I can, however, improve the equipment they've got. What is this artillery shell? This sucks. Make it better. Make it bigger. Okay, that's all taken care of. Time to start renovating things. Improves the Oberkommando. And there's the Stuka. Start working on the BF-109s. It's kind of funny, actually. If you don't work on the 109s until 1937, you get a bunch of free prototypes, which are basically like the 109As, which is why you don't see the A here. You get all of 19 of them. It's like, okay, so you get a bonus 19. They're early, so they're basically crap compared to what you're going to put out later anyways. Why would I hold off for that long? take a look here. Okay, I can't get signals for a while, and all this stuff is way too far ahead, so let's start working on improving the artillery. Oh, I got a shot in the middle. Oh, right. No military parade. Not initially. We want to leave that alone. Well, the thing is, you actually start with diesel engines for your ships. Diesel engines for your tanks are different. Like, right here. Large diesel engines, you already have them. Also steam turbines and submarine engines, which are also diesel. None of that runs on gasoline. Okay. Brunhilde. She's a seductress and a cunning linguist. Gets a Luftwaffe. So at this point, my main interest is in getting as many technological schools running as I possibly can. As much research as I can possibly cram in, because that is... I find that is the biggest force multiplier in the game overall. Okay, so Paraguay gets some old infantry equipment. Huzzah. Italy takes Addis Ababa. Kriegsmarine Commando. Let's see. This is for June. So, not too long after this goes through. Or... that's an entire month. Yeah, that can wait. Let's get autarky underway. By the time this is done, that one school should be available. Also, I can start getting to work on my command improvements. Improved inter-service headquarters. Improves leader experience, daily command power, max units for command, and experience. Good stuff all around. So I have to keep an eye on this and this. And there go the Soviet purges. Guatemala bails from the League of Nations. You know, I never knew that a bunch of South American countries basically bailed out of the League of Nations in the middle of things. I think it was because the United States didn't join the League. And the Americas in general belonged to kind of a U.S. political bloc that was all based around the manifest destiny concept of the Western Hemisphere being under the sphere of influence of the United States. Okay, so there's General Valtaveva. He survived. He doesn't always. Stalin's purge, the biggest reason Hitler feared him. Well, I don't know if Hitler feared Stalin. He definitely hated his guts, but that was because he was communist. You know, if Hitler had known how anti-Semitic Stalin was, because Stalin came from the old line of Russian peasantry, which hated Jews as much as the German peasantry did. They probably would have gone along famously. I mean, they were perfectly happy to work with each other, taking Poland apart. And Stalin was actually genuinely surprised when he was attacked by the Germans. You know, they were actually reporting back from the front, the Germans are coming over the border. They are attacking our units. Our airfields are being hit. It's like, nah. That's my boy. That was the worst Russian heavy I've ever done. No, not Adolf. He's my boy. Yeah, authoritarians. What are you gonna do, right? 2 peas in a pod. 2 peas in a very, very elongated pod. Alrighty, I do want to get the shift power plan. So let's go ahead and crank that out fairly quickly. It's like the one thing I do for the Kriegsmarine in the early game. That and give them like one advisor. It's like, okay, you can have one advisor. There he is. Be happy. Okay, and get the SS working on operational support, which helps with supply and transportation. Okay, got enough here for another person, so who are we going to throw in? Oh, we actually get more fuel having this guy on there. Franz von Papen. He's part of the reason the Third Reich rose in the first place. He actually kind of sucks. Although here he's shown as being pretty good, which is a little surprising. Oh, he gets monarchist and fascist support. That's interesting. What about the rest of these guys? Big population support there, sure. Wow, he actually hurts your population. So he's a xenophobe who gives you political power gain and more stability. Huh. Yeah, I've never looked at these other guys to see what they offer. So, hey, it's a hedonist. Base stability. Why did you hire this guy? Okay, let's just go with the Postmaster General. Alright, now I need to start building some more factories, I guess. Build up the undeveloped regions. Alright, so that'll be a total of 10 extra so far. What else came up? Okay, I think we're good. Seems like the Spanish Civil War is kicking off a bit late. Okay, got catalytic cracking. Let's go for wood-fired engines. This was something that I didn't even know existed until a couple of years ago. Apparently the Germans were running vehicles on wood-fired steam engines. So it's like, honey, we're going down to the store. Did you bring some firewood out to the car? There we go. I was wondering when they were going to kick off with that. What will this mean for Spain? Okay, so I can finally go ahead and get some of this going. Operation Führerzauber. Operation Ursula. So we send subs to help out, and we airlift Franco. Okay, that change is working now. Yeah, so even this text right here was a little bit of a change. I've been doing a lot of polishing behind the scenes on, wow, that sounded kinky, didn't it? On various bad localization that they had in Black Ice. Just because, well, you know, I'm a grammar Nazi.
Zuhören.
Should I send the panzers or infantry? Problem with sending the panzers is that they eat fuel, and most of where you're fighting is not going to be open plains. It's mountains and hills where panzers have major problems.
Alright.
So I think instead I'm going to go ahead and attach
Alright.
the 7th, 1st, and 11th. 7 come 11. And we'll put these under Schörner since he's a mountain fighter. A ranger, a mountaineer, and a commando. He's good at dealing with out of supply situations. I no longer need a massive investment in this here, so that's caught up. Reduce that to 1. I guess yeah, I should probably start building Panzer IVAs. They're not great, but they are the only medium tank we have, and they're not terrible. We're not building any of the Stukas yet. Not that type of Stuka. Let's set 5 in. Almost caught up on the SS uniform, so we can drop that off a bit. We're gonna need more garrison equipment. Just fine-tuning things. And we're caught up on mountain warfare and artillery for now. That's not going to need a lot until later. Okay, don't know if I want to keep building heavy artillery at all. Pretty sure I'm going to need some. Actually, that was a lot of factories I had available. Let's put some of those into something else. Why are you not building all the panzers? We have received orders. What were your orders? Do not build also panzers. Why? Das letzte Einhorn said so. Okay, let's at least try and get the rest of these converted before I shut that off entirely. I didn't realize I had so much available. I have been building a lot of extra factories, though, so... let's go ahead and put all the extra factories into tanks. Okay. Right, I need to see what I still had in air reserves right now. Okay. So if it does pull from the reserves, then that's going to be fighters and bombers. Alright. Let's also set these guys on non-suicidal. Yes, if you're getting the shit kicked out of you, please retreat. We'd rather have our pilots alive than heroes. Move them over. Actually, just leave them right there. They're fine. They're not hurting anybody. That's the problem. Okay, and send air volunteers up to 121 planes. Okay, our troops are on the way to join the struggle, and let's see if that actually did affect our reserves. Apparently not. So I have to wonder, where do the air volunteers come from if they're not pulled from your reserves? Okay, they want to resupply the ships. Good. We want to do that too. I think we're all set in this direction. Support nationalist Spain. Yes, now that the Civil War is actually underway. I wonder if it's that they just don't show up until the divisions arrive. We're Mongolian People's Republic? So we're on better terms with commies? Granted, they're Mongol commies, which is, I guess, a plus. Oh, not that. That. Now we can do the parade. Honoring our men heading off to fight for nationalist Spain against the Bolshevik menace! This is such Bolshevik. Condor Legion. Yes, air doctrine and technology boosts. Yes, please. Should arrive on 16 August. Did I already drain this? No, okay, I need to keep hydrating. I woke up dehydrated this morning. That's not good. Okay, now they're here. Let me see if that's changed anything. Fine for flying. It's been reduced, but that's only because we're building more transports and converting them over. So I didn't realize that you could actually specify how various wings were going to upgrade. that mean I can actually move? Oh, I can. Okay. So that's how you do it. I'm an imbecile. Oh. You send active forces. When it was saying you could send up to X amount of volunteers, I was like, what is that? The entire time that I've been playing this game, I didn't realize that that's how it worked. You can see victory ahead. Let's fill the air with eagles. Let's fill the clouds with men. And we will see a world that's free when we fly home again. Let's fill the air with weasels. Okay, there they go. And we shall see a world that's free when we fly home again. Let's fill the air with eagles. Let's fill the clouds with men. Oh, wild. Oh, so you know what wild weasel is? Well, of course you do, right? We're not talking aardvarks. Wow, that was fast. All right, Netherlands already caves. Dutch attempts to maintain trade neutrality have failed. Recent measures implemented by the Dutch government make it clear they will be embarking on a German Reich-favoring trade policy. They are in our sphere of influence now. And that means I don't have to screw with that anymore. It's gone. Okay, let's go ahead and save after that. And that also assures me that that is working. So I now have the trade influence that I needed to ensure that they remain neutral, at least for shipping, in the event of a war with the West. So I can still trade with them. This is no longer the Armee Netherlands. It is now the Armee Austria. Tira-la-la-la, tira-la-la-la, tira-la-la-la. Hi. Alright, let's get this gas canister out of the way. It's just 7 days. Here, there we go. I'm going to wait till Shaq gets replaced and then put him back in right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that cranked out. We want better tools and better workers. All of our weasels are wild. Alright, let's get you railed all the way up here so we can get you into the Battle of Bilbao before it's over. Hopefully. There we go. And jump on in there. Or don't. Give it a chance to rest up. Which way, Western man? That's going to take about 3 months to complete. 2 months. Let's get the industry underway first. Not that side. Expand the labor front. New medium caliber shells. There we go. And where was the other? I thought I had 2 of these pop up. Oh well. Yeah, too bad I can't just look at maintaining heightened tensions and just expand my sphere of influence. You kind of can. You don't have to go to war with anybody. But when it comes to Das Letzte Einhorn, the entire point of the mod really is to destroy the USSR. As the biggest thing, literally the biggest threat to world peace. While minimizing the Nazi threat to world peace and eventually, long-term, returning Germany to a democracy after everything else is taken care of. Let's see, okay, we haven't gotten there yet. Okay, I thought something was ready to pop up there. And let's see about getting in there. What? And we should be the first in. Yep, we took Bilbao. Question then becomes, do we try going through here to get to Barcelona, through here, or through the mountains? I'm thinking straight across the plains. Ah. Not quite enough yet. Waiting for that to finish. Alright, let's continue reducing the civilian fuel consumption. It does hurt our civilian factory construction, but the way that I've got this set up, I'm not going to be building many civilian factories. They're going to come as bonuses or as conversions from military factories, which are much, much, much cheaper to build. Yeah, speaking of which. Okay, we're going to punch through there, so... Which way to go through, though? No, not you. There we are. Let's see how far we can get. I doubt they're going to be stupid enough to just let me walk in. But underestimating the stupidity of one's opposition is not necessarily a good thing. He should be getting these because they are going to be the first to get motorized. Sending 3 back. Oh yeah, and he should be in training.
Zeigt es ihnen!
Did I miss one? Okay, I guess I did.
Zuhören!
No, back up here.
Achtung! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Ah, now we're past 157. I just go straight up electronics so I don't have to come back and revisit that. It should give me a notice regardless. So, okay, so we are in fact pushing through. Volksdeutsche! Call back our sons and daughters. They are counterattacking! Go, 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 go! Get in there! Get in there before we get cut off. That was a bit of a risk, hoping that the Spanish would actually move in behind me and do their friggin' job. Okay, yeah. You can send at least 2 of those there. Sadly, I had to turn off most of the music because even the stuff that I thought was not copyrighted because it came from other mods, custom music from other mods such as Equestrian War, which I love the soundtrack for that, it got dinged. YouTube picked up like 6 different songs, including things like classical music and marches, which should all be public domain. And nope, they're like half a dozen different claims on them. And I checked into them, and most of them were actually legit. So I'm like, okay, somebody actually owns this. Shit. Okay, push it in, guys. Get in there. First things first. Well, that's too far ahead. First things first, commercial plastics, I think. What is this chair made of? Oh, we took some reconstituted oil and shaped it. You what? There's my wooden chair! I like the wooden chair. Okay, looks like we're going to take Barcelona here. There we go. If I had been left hanging in the wind by my erstwhile allies, that could have been very, very bad. Rest up there, then see about cutting him off. One guy should be able to finish him off. Okay, let's get into production here. First of all, yeah, not doing the BF-109Bs. Not the bees! Let's get the improved store. It's a cool bargain. Let me check on product. Oh, I'm way behind here. This is a bit ridiculous. Also behind in anti-tank. I don't know. Well, get caught up, but same for artillery. Oh, there's the big hit in artillery I was looking for. Okay, yeah, let's strip back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shortages of damn near everything. Probably because of the Wella. They do have to be equipped. 1.3 per. Yeah, there it is. 4 per week. Alright, that won't take too long then. This, though, is not crucial. That's just upgrades. That can get done ASAP. And we're down 8, so let's start talking to Sweden again. Hey there, remember us? Yeah, we could use some of that sweet Swedish iron ore. Let's see, 2 per week. That's okay. That's basically 25 weeks. 1 per day. That's okay. Yeah, that'll get done even faster. Recon equipment. Okay. Put the rest of these. That's about as far as I want to go with that, honestly. I'm going to speed up the artillery a bit. And, yeah, speed up recon equipment. Get her done. I don't. A swarm! Send up the fighters! Do you mean the bees? No! Not the bees! The fighters! Yeah, the bees, the BF-109 bees. Oh, you have confused me. Not too hard. Let's get to work on that 3A there. Alright, back to the fight. Give him a chance to rest up.
Zuhören.
The Nobel Prizes. Come on, issue an ultimatum against the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg. Luxembourg, you better stay in line. Little short-eye looking son of a bitch there. That is a long row to hoe there. Well, I gotta get Gearing's 4-year plan in there anyways. Television! Makes the boob tubes! And makes them bigger! Keeps saying that. that alone for now. So this Mauser. Ich hat mein Mauser.
Zuhören.
Okay, that's enough rest. Get on it. Okay, good. That's hills, not mountains. Mountains would be more of a pain in the ass. No, we are not invading Sweden. We like Sweden. And they like us. They like us enough to have a non-aggression pact. Actually, let's get military access first. How do the Poles feel? Hungary, Romania. Italy, since we're both working in Spain together, side by side. Well, they're over here and we're over here, but close enough. See, I was actually looking for this. Trotsky expelled from Norway. I wasn't able to find this anywhere. Because I don't like this friggin' typo. Just jot that down. Spelled Norway. So I can do a better word search on the code later. It's not so much a bug, that's just a matter of polishing things up. Oh, he already got overrun. Okay, you guys actually did your job. Huzzah. I'm gonna send one guy back to Barcelona, because you're leaving it open. And it always makes me itchy when you do that.
Ihre Befehle? Achtung!
Trotsky, soon to be ex-communist. Yeah, Tiger. Yesterday turned out to be so full of bugs that it won't. I said before it was a playtest, and this one is also a playtest. I did find a lot of bugs. I fixed about a dozen of them, and several of them were game-breaking. And it's the game-breaking part that I had to restart the game over. There were certain flags that had not tripped that I could not get to manually go off, that I would have had to restart the game anyway, and without those flags firing, a lot of stuff just would not have worked at all. Okay, so what next? What to build next? I think it's time to crank out the uniform factories. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I've already got 2. I should have 2. Where's the other? I'm showing 1 showing up here. Yeah, let's put it in Brandenburg. Just to be safe.
Zuhören!
Yes, winter uniforms, amongst other things. Believe it or not, winter supplies is a completely separate mechanic. It is something you can invest in, though, and it's very easy to miss. To completely forget about it and go like, oh shit, I should have done a thing. Let's get the Bank of German Aviation going. And I believe... No. Yeah, okay, yeah, he did replace Halmar-Schacht, so he's available. And he's going to cost 185 for some reason. Why? That's with discounts. They all cost 185. That's... Okay. Oh, I actually need new fighters at this point, I think. Because my boys have been flying from over here, way the hell over here. And I think we've gone through the reserves that we had produced. Also, they're not getting much in the way of experience. That's enemy held. Alright, we're going to need to produce more aircraft then. Or we're just going to need to strip out some of the units that we already have. Interesting that I didn't send my ace down there to deal with it. Oh, that's right. I don't want to send these guys. Okay, let me retire one bunch. And recall these air wings. Send them back home. Alright, Gary gets his first year, or his 4-year plan going. First year of the 4-year plan. Okay, he's actually garrisoning it at this point. What's that? 1 regular and 2 militia.
Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Let's push back on him.
Achtung! Achtung!
Actually, okay, so he just moved out and now he's got 2 militia here. How will that go? Initially not well.
Unter Beschuss! Ihre Befehle!
Okay. Oh wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Back this up.
Ihre Befehle!
Get up there. I want to get him away from the French border. Infantry, machine guns, and mortar. Oh! I may actually be short on those now. Let me see. Infantry guns, machine guns, and mortars. Because these were in reserve for the Wella units. Insert Wellerman joke here. Like, nobody's going to get that reference in like just a couple more years. Even if right now it was such a flash in the pan. Alrighty. Need at least 3, so let's drop those from here. Okay, yeah, we still had some, but we were getting very short. Except for the infantry guns. Still got 1,000 of those sitting around. Okay, so it's just... Yeah. Yeah, let's knock them out. If I need them at some point, fine. $1937. Can't do this till I get the radios. Alright, garrison training. Mr. Garrison. Anything else in here? Also, I haven't seen anything popping up from here. I should have gotten some kind of notes for something. Ah, okay, not yet. Definitely not yet. Ostmark requires Anschluss. And okay, so I'm actually nowhere near any of those yet. Now, what about this? They still want 185. That's interesting. Wonder why the cost jumped up so high. Okay, come on, get out of there. Alright, this is what I wanted to do. And push it in there. Alright, let's get some radios built. I need signal battalions.
Ihre Befehle?
Parker, get me pictures of signal battalions. Get up in there first. There we are. And get you rusted up. Well, that will be faster. Anything else popping up here yet? I mean, seriously, I should have most of this memorized already, but... Organization tote or oil? Yeah, let's get that. Actually, I need Fritz tote there. For some of the other stuff. Okay, he's doing radio equipment. Luftwaffe doctrine. Stop bombing the things. Bomb all the things! That's basically German air strategy. Bomb them! Bomb what? Bomb them! What do you want us to bomb? Bomb all the things! Oh, okay. Alright, should be able to get up in there now. But I'm not. That's not going well at all. It shows me as green that whole time, but I was losing the battle. Absolutely losing. And losing again. Something about having supply issues here, I guess. I should probably leave this to the Spanish at this point. That's probably going to come back to haunt me as a phrase. I'll leave it to the Spanish. They'll take care of it. They got this. They're good. They're good. Ah, they're good kids. Get that motor hoist. Don't issue the winter uniforms. This will only discourage the men. They might think that we're going to be here into the winter. Why would we be here that long? It's only going to take a few weeks. Ah, I should have enough now. There we go. And get shacked back in here. This really should have resulted in a bigger hit. I'm going to have to look into why that is or is not working. Okay. Party popularity. Party popularity should have taken a 25% hit, and I'm seeing nothing like that. Back to that later on. Those aren't necessarily bugs, at least they're not game breakers.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken.
Wait a second. What is this hide extra bit? Really? It was toggled off to begin with. Oh, wait. Hide extra. Okay, so things that I can't currently do, it's hiding. Alright, makes it a little bit easier to work with, I guess. It's not, though, because I want to keep an eye on this. That I can plan for that and get more operatives. That's something that needs to happen. It's the fury of a piano.
Greift weiter an.
Alright, go straight down the coast. Push on through them and force them to back out of the mountains to stop me. Somebody stop me! Or don't. I'm good either way. I hope once again, I am hoping that the Spanish actually follow in behind me rather than letting me get blocked off. Okay, there we go. Let's take Valencia. Ooh, it's unguarded. For once? Really? Okay. Head down and start taking the coastal ports.
Ihre Befehle.
Spread out, you mugs. Take that damn airfield. Let me check and see if my Air Force actually arrived. It may not have even left. Nope, it was sitting there apparently waiting for my boys to get back in here. Yeah, I guess you can't have more in theater at a given time. Alright, let's get that Reichsbahn cranked up and out of the way. looking good? You move. There we go. Go all the way. Okay, you're not going to be able to push any further. Which is weird because they're both extremely weak.
Ihre Befehle. Bereit.
Oh, this is turning into a bit of a massacre in my favor.
Befehle.
I don't want this guy just hanging around in the rear. Can I stop him? Oh, that's no good. That's no good.
Ausrücken.
Rail back to Benidorm. He already got militia in there, so yeah.
Ihre Befehle. Zuhören. Achtung.
Definitely forcing him to redeploy a lot of troops that way. But we're also spread way the hell out.
Ihre Befehle.
To a dangerous degree. We've got like one militia unit back here. Can we make an encirclement out of this?
Auf geht's.
Probably, but we're going to have to rail the rest of the corps back here to make it work.
Ausrücken. Unter Beschuss. Ausrücken.
Get up
Ausrücken.
there quickly. Quickly, quickly. No, we're not going to embargo. Well, Manchukuo. Nah. I mean, seriously, even when it works for you, it doesn't really work for you. Rest up. Okay, there's a Reichsautobahn, and good. He actually reduced. Good. Let's cut all these guys off. I wonder how hippies would sing this. I hate when my flight is delayed because I forgot to take the plane out of the hangar. Yeah, that's a pain in the tail. Speaking of which, did they even make it? Yes, they did. Here they are. They are providing air support. Let's actually move them over here. Ha ha ha, hold the door. Ooby ooby. Oh, come on. I guess he's evacuating his units out of the pocket because they're just like, oh hi, we got 3 guys there now. Okay. Let's get that supply consumption issue taken care of. And Air Force wise, there we go.
Weiter, weiter.
Yeah, he figured out what was going on there. And we have 1 infantry division right there. the door. Ha ha ha. Well, it's worth 60 again, so hit it.
Auf geht's! Ausrücken!
Okay, that's not working.
Befehle?
That might work. At least get him to freak out a bit. Okay, you guys are attacking from here. I don't have a counterattack strong enough. Maxed on the experience there. I just don't want to spend it on various things. Alright, try it anyways. Get off of them. Okay, now.
Ihre Befehle!
Oh crap!
Angetreten!
They left the gate open.
Ausrücken!
This is what always bothers me about these guys. Okay, they finally got back in there.
Vorwärts, Männer! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
But seriously?
Weiter, weiter!
Yeah, well, at least he's retreating in the correct direction. Yeah, massive attack. They really wanted this space back.
Befehle! Angetreten! Befehle!
I need to save that up so I don't want to burn any more. Nope, that's not going to help. And that's not going to be for a while. Oh, when they were sending you off to Germany? Say, hey, you know, we need to get these guys to Germany. Do we need a plane for that? Don't we have teleporter technology by now? And we got the hand communicators, so the Paris Universal Exposition. Yes, the Soviet and German pavilions were set across from each other for some reason, leading to them challenging each other, one with a 25-meter statue of the worker and the kolkhoz woman brandishing a sickle and a hammer, the other a monumental sculpture of a unicorn sitting on a swastika. Are they smirking at each other? Yes. Yes, they are. Okay, so that's working correctly. Alright, that's all caught up. Oh, right, I also wanted to drop Warmonger down to interventionism level to improve trade relations, amongst other things. Still lets me jump into fights. West in there is a little ahead, so... Yeah, let's actually get started on that medical research there. Paging Dr. Mengele. Paging Dr. Mengele. What? I'm looking to attack the Soviets because they're Soviets. They're commies. And if there's any ideology out there that needs to die as much as Nazism, it's communism. Both of them need to die. The real problem is that in the 1930s and 40s, Germany was really the only power capable of eradicating the Soviets in any way, even remotely. The U.S. wouldn't be able to do it until the late 40s or 50s, and by that time nuclear weapons were around, so they didn't. Then we'll all stay free. Well, the sky pilot said it. You've got to give him credit, for a son of a gunner was he. There we go. Yes, this is the super ethical unicorn edition of Hearts of Iron 3. That is the entire point. So this character just shows up one night looking like he walked out of a Tex Avery cartoon, gives both Himmler and Heydrich a thermite barbecue, blows Hitler's brains out with an oversized pistol, slaps Goering silly, and the next thing you know, we've got a unicorn as our new Fuhrer and Reichskanzler. The worst part is that Hess, that ley line mapping loon, seems to think Germania herself sent him to save us from ourselves. Scheiße. Yeah, basically. Tiger, you're pretty much straight on. By the time anybody was in a position to do anything, nobody was in a position to do anything. Okay, right.
Greift weiter an!
Okay, so we got the 3As done. Now we switch over to diesel engines. Instead of using the precious gasoline. Well, thank you. I do try to be entertaining, if nothing else.
Weiter, weiter!
Let's see, June 37. Keep working on that. Modify government. What do I have a slot for? Ah, yes, tank development. Daimler-Benz. More reliable tanks are better than tanks with heavier armor and heavier guns that don't go anywhere. The Germans never learned that for some reason. Now you're so good with tanks, but stupid otherwise. Amelia Earhart made it, that's nice. Okay. Need to think about where to go next. Haven't even secured this area here. Unless they're moving folks up, but that's... It's a Hassbach Memorandum. Summary of the meeting. According to the memorandum, Das Letzte Einhorn did not want war with Britain or France. What he wanted was to refocus the Nazi regime on eventual conquest of the Soviet Union and the destruction of Bolshevism. Yeah, basically same thing. Buckeye, I'm exactly the same way there. Not Nazis and commies are just the flip side of the same coin. They're both just extremist authoritarians. Well, given how much given how much Hitler was actually able to surprise Stalin, you very likely have a point. Stalin was surprised as it was, going like, "What the hell?" He refused to believe the initial reports coming back from the front. It's like, "Yeah, we're under attack." No, it's not happening. No, this is happening. No. Left-handed and right-handed totalitarianists. That's it straight up. So, here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and just lay out a little bit here. Roy is a character that started out in the Battletech universe. And he's actually legally canon to the Battletech universe. Yeah, this character right here. That, believe it or not, that had to be settled by a court of law. And he is actually part of the Battletech universe. He's also... The reason he's a unicorn is that he got drunk enough to fall out of the Battletech universe. And he's been wandering the multiverse ever since. That was my excuse for creating a role-playing character back in the early 90s. And I've been role-playing with him ever since. So yeah, his history of Battletech goes that far back. And it's like, okay, well, if he ended up in Nazi Germany in 1936, what would he have done? Well, his origins are with House Steiner, when he was still human. So he's big on Germans. And, of course, you've got... That makes for plenty of Steiner jokes. Mein Führer, Steiner, what about him? Has he popped any kids yet? Well, I've never been to Clarksville, so I wouldn't know about that. But, yeah, so he's this planeswalker character who finds himself in Nazi Germany. What's he gonna do? He was like, well, Germany is his ethnic home. He wants it to survive World War II, and he also wants it to, recover. So his whole thing is to eventually defeat the Soviets and return Germany after that to democracy. Alright, managed to cut these guys off. So what you basically have here is an anti-fascist who's in charge of leading the fascists away from fascism. It's just going to take a while. And I say anti-fascist instead of Antifa because Antifa these days act like fascists. I used to cheer for them when they did nothing but beat up actual Nazis, when they actually faced off against actual Nazis. But now, whenever they march, basically anybody who's on the other side of whoever they're marching against, they call them a Nazi, and then they do the same thing. It's like, guys, that's not how you do that. Yeah, he's legally canon in Battletech. That comes from my having written an Eridani Light Horse scenario pack back in the 90s for FASA when it was still around. FASA decided not to use it, but the development agreement that we had was that I got to keep everything that they ended up not using. That was after 3 years of development. Basically, it went through development hell. They wound up not using it. Our agreement was, okay, you still get to keep the rights to what you created. It's like, okay, great. So at that point, I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'm not saying that that's what made it canon or anything. It was not at that point. It was basically what you would call elevated fan fiction. But then WizKids bought the BattleTech property, or I should say it got transferred, because the same people who were running WizKids were also basically, the old BattleTech crew. Well, they bought it up, and then my stuff wound up getting stolen and posted to the official BattleTech site as official BattleTech material. It was part of their official timeline. So it's like, guys, that's my stuff that I was developing with FASA. That's not your stuff, that's mine. Oh, well, can we continue using it? Okay, as official material? Yeah. Okay, great. What you have there is a working copy, so I'm going to just polish it up and send you a new version. They're like, okay. So I did that, and we did that. And that got published and put up as the official Eridani Light Horse history for several years. And everybody was happy. Yay, massive overruns. I think we knocked out like 15 divisions there. So, and in the meantime, these guys have managed to get almost all the way back over to Bilbao. I don't know if I want to go up there and help them. I probably should, but it feels like that may be unnecessary if we can just knock out the rest of this. Especially since Madrid is pretty close to being encircled. I wonder if we should try and hit Madrid first. So, me and WizKids were just fine with each other, and then WizKids got bought out by Topps, the baseball bubblegum card company. And Topps apparently didn't want to share anything related to anything that they had bought with anybody. So they stripped my material from the website and started declaring that it was not canon and never had been. I'm like, that was not your deal. And they're like, well, sue us. So I did. And I wound up winning. Well, I didn't win the co-ownership rights because during the case, it came up that there was some evidence that I might actually have a claim for co-ownership in the BattleTech property as a whole because my work had been integrated without any separation of rights. It's weird how co-owned properties work. So they had to put my stuff up to a test, like, okay, is there, does your stuff have enough audience appeal to meet a certain level, and does the whole property overall turn on your work? I'm like, no, it was mainly, people who are fans of the Eridani Light Horse because it's specific to that unit. So I didn't meet the requirements for becoming a co-owner in the property as a whole. So it's this weird legal in-between where my stuff is part of the property, but it is, I don't co-own the property as a whole. And that confuses a hell of a lot of people, because it's law. The law is a confusing beast. Okay, there used to be a thing down here which would tell you how many factories of what kind you have. It disappeared. Okay, now it's working. Now Allied Anger is working for whatever reason. It wasn't before. Wonder how long that's actually been there. Okay, anyways. Not sure if I want to just keep building mills or get some extra infrastructure going. Yeah, let's get some of this anyway. So yeah, it was a huge fight. It went on for a year or so, and then finally, I still remember afterwards when I was still telling people, yeah, I won my rights. They said that my contributions to the property were not sufficient to obtain co-ownership, but they were nonetheless contributions to the property. And Tops tried to say, oh, no, you can't say that. I was like, did you actually read the judgment? And the last thing I ever heard from them was, we're going to have to agree to disagree. But it was interesting that they dropped their cease and desist entirely. It's like, oh, it's no longer a cease and desist, huh? No, we don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay. Yeah, just drop it entirely. That's good. Okay, and let's go ahead and spend because I've been maxed out for a while now. Okay. Ah, there we are. Signal Company. I knew that was around somewhere. And then what? Let's just hop on and get diesel engines taken care of. That way I can start training the motorized troops and tank troops without eating up all of my fuel. Okay, they are still in there. Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Guys, we just cut them off. Come on.
Greift weiter an.
How about we just go straight into Madrid? Screw the rest of this. Just straight into Madrid there. How about that? That's not working, is it? Come on, guys. We need to get in there. And, of course, they're evacuating. Okay, they got it.
Bereit.
Kill them.
Ausrücken.
Yeah, no breakthrough for you. Oh, how close am I to this? 124 days? Yeah. So yeah, technically speaking, Roy Calbeck is the only furry who actually exists in the BattleTech game universe. But he is there. And mentioning that to BattleTech grognards usually pisses them off. Can't imagine why. Not enough for that yet to be advanced, so let's let's get the magnetic detonator for the for the torpedoes first. Okay, got him.
Ihre Befehle.
Where's my Air Force? Wow, I've actually been losing quite a few aircraft here. And that's with an ace. I'm getting some air experience out of it, sure, but wow. These guys are considered green crews, so... That's probably part of it. I'm basically sending green butts up here. I think that's enough of that for right now. Granted, these are basically going to be useless once they get upgraded, but part of the reason I wanted to go down there was to get the extra experience. So at this point, I need to head him back so we can, because we don't have any more reserve fighters of that type. And I don't just want to get rid of this other wing either. So all of you get down here. We have the extra fuel. We can get them on fighter exercises. So you guys have been getting your butts kicked in Spain. Why? Well, we need to do more training. Sounds good. Can we take them? Probably not, because well, it was starting to look good. I was going to say probably not, though, because they have a mountain division in hills, and we don't have any mountain troops here. Oh, how's this looking? Okay. Did they... Okay, we pushed them all the way back to Mercia. Nice. I was going to say, they didn't take back any major ports, did they? Also... Okay, those guys are still stuck up there. Good. Mixed industry. Can't do it until January. What else has been going on in the meantime? Nothing. Ah, yeah, Fallschirmjäger. Let's get that done. I suppose at this point I could start building fighters. I mean, they are the Ds, which is not, they're not bad. And we are fully caught up on uniforms. We need a lot of radios, and we're going to need more. Paratrooper equipment. For the Fallschirmjäger. And we have enough rifles. It's the old variant anyways. Caught up on mortars. Yeah, we're well overdone on recon equipment. That's actually way too much. Motorcycles, gonna need those later. Tone down the artillery production. We are totally done with that. That's overkill. Which means this is also overkill. And we actually need more of this anyway. Hey, Turkey. How's about it? Wonder if I should be trying to buy it from France. France is more iffy, though. Okay, Panzer III. Already boosting radio production. Getting caught up on a horse transport. Think I'm good for cavalry equipment now. Getting close to finishing up on that. So actually, I can just reduce that to 1. And go for 5 and 5. And I still have a bunch more. Let's get more Panzer IIIs in. Is there something I'm missing here? I feel like I should have something else boosted. Okay, and then aircraft Messerschmitt. Yeah, 30 million rifles should be fine. Well, the official BattleTech universe, if you're saying 80%, I'm willing to bet that you're probably talking about everything since Dark Age came out, including Dark Age. Because that's honestly what I can't stand about BattleTech, is the Dark Age stuff. I really think that's about the point that BattleTech just kind of went off the rails. And a big part of that was, it was pretty clear that what they were trying to do... Okay, all you guys go straight on through when you're done. They were trying to make click tech a big thing. You know, the collectible... Oh, it started before the clans. Huh. I actually thought the clans were a good addition. I have run into people who just hate the clans, but overall I thought that they added a lot more interesting stuff to the game. It was a lot better than not. Mind you, I'm not a fan of the clans. In game I consider them primary opponents, but as a narrative thing, I thought that they were pretty good. And actually, the whole thing with Roy started out... I didn't initially send off a Eridani Light Horse scenario pack to FASA. I actually sent off a novel concept where the Eridani Light Horse were going to join up with Comstar after the clan invasion, when they had dropped all the mysticism and had become a secular group again. And they were going to recreate the Star League Defense Forces by basically calling in all the old SLDF units. The ones that were still doing mercenary work. They were all going to be hired in, and they, like an 8-regiment sized force was going to create the new core of the new Star League, with the comm guards actually becoming Star League militia, even though technically they were usually better equipped. So there was an entire series of novels planned for that, including a Doolittle-style raid on Strana Mekti by the SLDF, pairing up with the Bandit Caste and using Dead Stars to Dead Star drop zones to jump from system to system without being detected before making their strike. And Sam Lewis actually really liked it. He actually intercepted the novel proposal, and he said, well, you know, we can't do this because you have never been published, and our book publisher hates first-time authors. Otherwise, it's a really good proposal. And he said, to get around this, I usually have my first-timers create gaming material. So could you go ahead and create an Aerodani Light Horse scenario pack based on the McCarran's Armored Cavalry pack that had already come out at that point? And so, yeah, that's how that all got started. Let's see here. Stability's fine. Go for monthly population. Yes, avoid getting blood on those risers. Okay, well. Oh, Tiger, if you have a problem with the various history of Battletech and it's annoying to you, that's fine. I mean, everybody's got different tastes. And you might have some very good points. I mean, I really like the depth of Battletech lore. It just gets so deep and thick. My problem with it was when they ignore that depth and thickness and instead they started just throwing stuff out there. It's like, guys, instead of making it deeper, you're making it shallower and wider. And that's not good writing. In my opinion. Well, actually, it wasn't. Well, a lot of game companies give new authors a bad deal. That's true, but it wasn't actually the game company that was the problem in this case. The problem was that their publisher was Tor Books, and Tor Books to this day hates first-time authors. If you're not an established author, they do not want to work with you. All right. I don't think we're going to take Madrid there, but we can put it under siege, and there's only, well, that plus whatever I just ran out of town. So, how best to deal with the rest of this? Let's go ahead and try and help them up here. And Battletech makes an excellent skirmish game. That's basically what it is. You know, if you get Battletech up to a point where you are, oh, by the way, fuck House Karita, we're staying. If you get Battletech to where you're playing company on company, that's really the most manageable of a game that you can make, and that's basically skirmish level. You know, platoon or company level is really what you're looking at. You try and go any bigger than that, it just becomes incredibly cumbersome, which is really why I like Battle Force. Battle Force, I think, is a very good way of handling Battletech on a larger scale, including planetary scale. And I really think that they could have done a lot more, especially in terms of computer games, by developing Battle Force into something more than what they did, which was basically just a throwaway operational level planetary invasion game. Okay, it's 20 December. I think we're still waiting on certain things to pop up here. Yeah. Right. Let's make Volkswagens. We made the Autobahn, now we need to make cars to go on the Autobahn. But as a skirmish game, if you're basically like Lance on Lance, which is essentially platoon on platoon, that's a very good game for that, I think. Let's move over here. Basically spread the troops out a bit. Oh, he's almost done. Really? Really, guys? It's like, he's almost done. Attack. Everybody retreats. What? Yeah, the original game is still very playable, and the base game, as it stands, is a very polished version of the original game. Well, I think a lot of the problems that a lot of people have with it is just what they've done with the lore, you know, since it came out. Okay, we finally have options here. First of all, let's get the MIFO bills out of the way. Invest in new construction research, yes. And motorize the 29th Infantry. Ah, that's going to take a bit there. Motorization. Come on. I just want... Oh, okay, it's going to take a bit. That was going to take longer than I was expecting. Alright, time to get on the next level of industry and get that cranked out. Because I need to get those workshops so I can build those specialized factories. Oh, is it time for another military parade? I think we're about maxed out. Yeah, maximum command power. And there we go. Air experience gain. Let's see, that goes regardless. So, yeah, let's go ahead and fire that off. Speaking of which, how are these boys doing back here? They are maxed out on their training. And they lost a few people along the way. As daring young men in their flying machines, they fall up, they fall down, down. Okay, Booby, you take your freshly trained boys, and get down here and give us some friggin' air support, would you? Let's see how they fare now that they actually have training. Okay. We have a lot of divisions in here. And we're not doing too well trying to bash ourselves against them. Also, looks like we have supply issues. And it looks like the war is going to be over here in a little bit. So let's get down somewhere where we can be of more use. Okay, I need more paratrooper equipment. Still working on the radios. Okay, paratroop equipment. Let's crank that up to 5 and reduce this by 5. There we go. The real treasure were the friends we lost along the way. Well, actually, Battletech's game mechanics got some major revamps in the more recent core books, which, as an old-time Battletech player, I highly have to recommend. They are books on the level of, yeah, there's a rule for that. If a situation comes up, there's a rule for it. There are now rules for if you are fighting on the top of a seagoing ship, like a seagoing warship that is in the process of sinking, and the bow is down but the stern is up, and you have 2 mechs on either side of the ship, how to calculate your line of sight. It's all in there now. So they did a good job. I'm going to give them props. Okay, now we have the Totenkopf Band, which are the former death camp guards that have basically been dragged out because there are no death camps anymore. They've been disbanded. So now they need to actually do things that are useful. Aside from killing German citizens for being of the wrong ethnicity. That's stupid.
Ausrücken.
Get down here and move. Okay, take them off the rails, then move. Get off the railhead and get in there. Go! Go now! Okay, definitely cranking through the construction here. How much do I actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've got 10 of those. It should have 10 factories for uniforms, so that's done. Yeah. 10 for small arms, so that's done. I should probably get some supply depots going. At least the one, but then it's going to be bugging me in a little bit. So 8 of 10. I don't think the Autobahn continues to produce for this. So we'll just finish getting it built up. Yeah, if you're on a ship which is settling by the bow and you are fighting from a mech on top of the ship, you need to be moving your mech somewhere that is not on a ship that is sinking. Okay, this is now fixed. Yesterday I had a problem where only this was showing up. So, General Oberst Werner von Fritsch is known to be deeply anti-Semitic, as well as opposed to hostilities with the Soviet Union, both of which place him at odds with Das Letzte Einhorn. Perhaps a reorganization of the command structure is necessary. Report von Broschitz. Incidentally, I need to check and see if that did what I think it did. No, I still have Blomberg there. Okay. I thought that actually ended up replacing Blomberg for whatever reason. Okay, get that advanced fire control system going. Move, move, move. Take that port. Do not let them evacuate. Jawohl! We have pocketed them. Like a pockety thing. Ooh, they're just getting overrun now. Wow, okay. Yeah, I think that's game. That's everything except frickin' Madrid. Okay, let's pull our... I don't think we can actually do anything there. Let's head for Barcelona. Just in case. I've seen there be Barcelona uprisings before. Nothing like having to fight to retake a city that you already took. Wait a second, when is this? We had another one? Where is it? There we are. Okay, start on construction there. Now we got a big old bonus going for it. Yeah, this should be done with before too long. They only have a few divisions in Madrid. What's a real pain in the ass is when they manage to retreat like 20 divisions into Madrid, which is its own central supply point. So we're just gonna enjoy ourselves in sunny Barcelona. Where is our Air Force? That's interesting. The air is actually contested here. Well, they are fighting to defend themselves here, so maybe that's where the remnants of the that's where the remnants of their Air Force are. It's either going to be that or Madrid proper. Okay. Charcoal engines does drop fuel usage for motorized infantry and mechanized infantry, which is very handy. Okay, yeah, let's get that done. Here we go. Replace Goering as economic minister. Replace him with Walter Funk, who, quite frankly, is much, much better at it. Let's see about helping to secure air here. Okay. Alright, so we got that done. Next thing to work on would be the oil, unless something else has popped up over here. I think we're close to Yep, here we are. Anschluss. Let's get it going. Austria, friends, pals. Meine countrymen. Okay, let's keep developing over here. We don't need any ship designer, or, well, probably could use one. Bunch of these require stuff beforehand, though. Usually prefer Kriegsmarine Werft. That gives a lot of good bonuses. But gotta have at least 7 naval dockyards at Vesrams first. And we're not doing heavy aircraft at all. No fat chicks. Command doctrine goes 10% faster with him. And he does land doctrine. Also army experience. And armor max speed plus 10. Yes, please. Let's do that. I think most of his Air Force must be over in Catalonia at this point. But if Madrid falls, then that's not going to be much of a problem. Then again, freeing up all these troops to go over to Madrid could be important. Back to yellow, so it's contested. What are we even fighting? Ah, we're fighting Russian Polikarpovs. Almost entirely. Their biplanes against our biplanes. Looks like we have a bit more air superiority than not. 109 active fighters versus 80 active fighters. Those Polikarpovs are actually useful, at least in this area. In this very specific time frame and region. Okay, let me also check some here. They're down to 91. I do need to make some reserves available. There we go. That should allow for some reserves. Issue an ultimatum against Albania. You guys do what the Italians tell you, or else. Okay, they're back to 100 for now. They've actually lost experience. Yes, peace between China and Japan is a good thing, because we hate House Korea. Fuck those guys. Definitely continue to lose aircraft here. As do they, at least a few. What are the air losses like? Where can you check to find air losses? We have better air detection, equal mission efficiency. Details. Enemy fighters lost. 1. Okay, how about years? 5. No. Okay, now I know it's screwing with me. See, enemy fighters lost in the last 30 days, apparently, 1. If I go to years, it's 0. So I don't know. I don't know how that's working or not working. I just want to know how many we've shot down. Okay, probably need to wait until next year to get a bunch of these. In the meantime, let's get the Fiesler Storch. And looks like we're back into the red again. So we've already gone through our reserves here. We are steadily losing people. Even though we're showing air superiority overall. Okay, there's the Anschluss. At this point, I don't think we're really getting much. I mean, we are getting air experience out of it, that's for sure. We're also losing experienced pilots. Matter of fact, we've lost the better part of an air wing at this point. A full air wing of 100. Now, granted, those are all basically outdated fighters that it doesn't do us any good to use anyways. In the long run, I mean, they're just going to sit there, or we're going to sell them to somebody, or we're going to give them away, whatever. But, yeah. Okay, let's start working on coal liquidization options. And since we got the Anschluss with you know, there is an entire chain in here in Schrodinger's aircraft. They only appear or disappear when you decide to go check and see if they're there or not. Okay. Let's work towards getting our last relatively easy school, which is tank school. Achtung, Panzer! And recon equipment. Right, need to go to the top for that. Oh, that's right. I wasn't building any recon equipment at all. So, where to go? There it is. There's only 3,000 of these to upgrade. And the old ones have virtually no use, but that's okay. Still short of machine guns. Alright, let's get 5 there. 3 there should be fine, actually. Right, we got shortages rolling because of the new units. And looks like we got 6 more to go, so leave that be. Time to bring the Austrian military into the fold.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Alright, the motorization units, go back here.
Ihre Befehle.
Should also have the Schnelle Division. Apparently them showing up as cavalry is not a bug because they actually are mainly cavalry.
Zuhören.
Go figure. Actually, let's go ahead and have them folded into these guys for right now. And then 3 more. One of these should be an infantry brigade. Oh, there it is. And yes, it calls itself a division. Lies! Now you are an infantry division. Also you? You and you and you and... Wait, Panzer Division. Oh, because it's already a proper infantry division. I have to look for the OST, Infantry Division Ost. So, you're not really from the east, you're from the south. The Infantry Division Sud. Alright, then I need to take 3 of these guys and put them somewhere else.
Achtung.
He is doing the training.
Befehle.
For that matter, since he's doing training, these guys should go with. For that matter,
Angetreten. Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle.
never mind, let's just send a couple over here.
Zuhören. Bereit. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
The guys who need training need to be here.
Zuhören.
Alright, he's got all good units
Bereit
covering
zum
the
Ausrücken.
French border. And he now needs to cover the Austrian border. Or at least most of it. Or excuse me, yeah, the Austrian border, the Czechoslovakian border.
Zuhören.
He's going to get boosted whether he likes it or not. Should have a couple more. So, okay, there's 2. How about 1 more well-trained unit? Doesn't exist. yet. Alright. So that's sorted. Let's go ahead and save a 1938. Hadn't made a 1938 save yet. That's kind of interesting. Oh, also, I should have gotten pop-ups there. Could be an issue. Or maybe I didn't, I just didn't notice. Welcome to the Reich.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Alright. Actually, this is still a problem, and I definitely went back and checked this one. That's showing up as like a Jaeger division. Alright. Let's get that down on the bug list here. TV4. Still showing as Fallschirmjäger.
Achtung.
Both of them.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
That's showing up correctly. Alright, so far it's just the one unit that has a counter mismatch. Otherwise, everything's looking pretty good.
Ihre Befehle.
See, this is hills. Is that hills or plains? Okay, hills, hills. Huh. Forest. Also hills. There you go. Plains, forest, plains, plains.
Bereit zum
Planes,
Ausrücken.
trains, and tankomobiles.
Achtung.
How's this looking? Ah, there we are. That's showing up as code, and that's not correct. GER. Fourth. That's basically like division. In buildup. Alright, it's not having the problem it had before, though, of not being able to launch it at all. So it'll go, it's just got these localization issues. Foreign SS units recruitment. Yes, please. We are opening up the SS to be less, less elitist when it comes to race and such. Physical attributes. We still want people to be healthy and such, but we're not going that extra mile, kilometer, whatever you want to call it. Alright, we finally got air superiority here. And there's the Schnolla division upgrading. So that's the 4th Light Division. Alright, it's going back and forth here. Put the squeeze on Yugoslavia. Alright, we're slowly gaining air superiority. Our missions. There's a bunch of these that don't need to be here. Oh, never mind. All that should be left on regardless. My guys aren't assigned to it, so it doesn't actually matter. There we go. And they're actually suddenly trained.
Zuhören.
Magically. meanwhile, do we have anything else we can build up here? We can add a tierist, or we can change civilian fuel rates. Nah. Historically, the Nazis did a lot of that. I prefer not to. They had a real vampire economy going. I think I need to hold off on this until I get Octoon, which should be coming up. Well, okay, this. Further improvements to the Autobahn. Yes, there we go. What do I not have developed in here? Okay, so we got advanced fire control and all the rest of that. Knock 120 days off for 50. No, I actually need that for refits. So I'll do it, but just at regular speed. Meanwhile, we're just relaxing, kicking back over here, enjoying the beach. So now we're good. You guys go ahead and finish those dudes off. Ha! Better trade relations with Canada. Would you like to buy some bratwurst? How's it go with poutine? Nah, let's just go for standard. Don't put anything extra in. Don't need to, really. Fund the Argentine Nazis. Yes, let's do that. Yeah, they need real railroads. Speaking of which, how's that going? Up to 910. I don't know if that actually boosts later on, so I'm gonna try and avoid getting silly with this. At least within Germany proper. Okay, I'm not going to get any extra oil out of that, so that doesn't help. And only a couple of steel there. All of one extra oil, but it only takes one to boost it, so yeah, let's get that. Every extra drop of oil is a plus. Ooh, we have somebody we can beat on. Or, well, they will because they finally got that guy. No need to stir ourselves. Okay. Base stability will take a major jack up. Don't need that right away. Back here. There we go. Let's get on those. Wait. No, I haven't built up the radios that I already need, so let's leave that alone. Achtung, Panzer. Research light armor. Now let's see if I have that option. No, he's not showing up yet. Actually, I think he might show up over here. Yeah, there he is, Erwin Rommel. But I have to have Achtung Panzer before I can bring him on board. So I did need that, but not for the thing I thought. Well, in that case, who else should I bring in here? Mobile warfare doctrine. And improved army experience. I am actually going to need that. We're going to bring on Werner von Braun. I actually thought about how, like, should I go for nuclear? I probably, if you start with nuclear right off the bat, right at the beginning of the game, you do have a chance of beating the Americans to it. But it's not in Roy's character. Because, like I said, Eridani Lighthorse, House Steiner. Do the Ares conventions ring a bell? So, yeah, I'm actually restricting myself in accordance with Battletech legalisms for how I conduct myself during World War II. I'm hopeless. Okay, he finally got a garrison of his own over here. So let's see about maybe helping to beat up on Madrid, which is just about the last thing to deal with. Virtually all of his military is going to be moving up there now. Oh, which reminds me, they are not needed there anymore. Yeah, as soon as I get stuck in, they're all happy to drop out. Otherwise, I mean, seriously, what is this? It's just constant probing attacks, but nothing specific? All right, let's get that treaty with the Soviets to improve our tank technology. Look at this. This is like a giant slap fight. Okay, takes a hit to base stability, but gets everything else going. And let's see, should I have... Let's get the monthly population up first. Then start hitting our base stability once we reinforce it. Yeah. Most people who are BattleTech, even BattleTech fans, they forget the first and second Succession Wars and what they mainly involved. Nukes. Lots and lots of nukes. You know, one thing I love is a guy named Tex. If you find Tex Talks BattleTech on YouTube, he's done a lot of videos with the Black Pants Legion. They put in a lot of great work. The production values are really good. And he's got a wonderful voice. Honestly, you know, full disclosure, he says that it hurts him to speak. But he does it because he loves BattleTech that much, and he loves doing it for the fans. Okay, I'm going to back out of there, I think. Yeah, there we go. Just rest up. But he has done stuff about the Amorous Uprising. He's done stuff about The old SLDF and why they went with the riflemen. Yeah, how the Atlas got developed. Just he does all this heavy duty lore stuff that is just god awfully good. I cannot recommend him enough. Also hates the clan, so there's a plus. Okay, I guess it's time to, let's see, can hold off on that. That only gets me 2 military factories over a month. Yeah, time to start working on the synthetic resources. Come on, there we go. Let me click a... So I'm actually losing experience trying to help take Madrid there. And he left Barcelona open again. I can't leave these guys alone for a minute. I will go garrison your important ports for you. I will give you port security. Also, get me away from that constant hammering, yada 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 going on there. Okay. Looks like the bonuses are in. Oh, do you want to go back to gasoline? No. 9. 999. Give us this Christie suspension we have been hearing about. Oh, got the increased operatives option. Boom. And MIFO bills. Just get that taken care of so I don't forget about it. Okay, now about these guys. Okay, there's a problem. That was coming up last night too, where it was not flagging correctly. This has got to be related to a problem with the Anschluss. German... Actually, let me go ahead and make a second note here. That's at least not a game killer, but it is going to hurt Germany in the long run because we can't upgrade our the mountain divisions. Technically we can, but a major reason for taking Austria is you get like entire corps of mountain divisions out of it. That's not happening now. Okay, not firing after Anschluss. And it's about 5, been going for about 3 hours. Isn't that what they wanted, volunteers to run port security? I guess so. That's what the Spanish really wanted us down here for. You know, got to keep those ports open. Also, you got to wonder why they're Oh, I bet I know why. I'm sitting here thinking, why are the Spanish down here? Actually, where's my air wing? Dude, where's my air wing? That ain't it. Where'd it go? It ain't Talavera. Here. La Mancha. Okay. I'm thinking this may have gone red over here because the enemy, which has no airfields here, but maybe operating from somewhere out at sea, maybe? Or, well, that doesn't make any sense. They don't have carriers. What air bases would they have? Yeah, maybe from... No, Gibraltar's British. Morocco's all... Where the hell would they operate from? But we have red air here. That means somebody's contesting it from someplace. I look at this and go like, where? There's not even an air base here. Okay, it's showing it's being contested by these same guys. Where are they flying from? Where the hell are these Polikarpovs coming from? Is it possible that they're actually flying out of France? Well, it's also true that I can't see an airbase unless I'm close to it. So I can't see any of the known French air bases over here. So, yeah, they're probably flying out of Menorca or Mallorca. And the question then would be, why are they? Well, there is a fight going on over here. I said over here with a single partisan, so maybe they're trying to support that. But I'm thinking it's because they might be trying to do an uprising in Barcelona. Okay, finally got the Fiesler Storches. There we go. Go ahead and update the static ACAC. Okay, what am I actually short on? Mountain artillery, heavy artillery. Actually, I thought I would need more spotter planes than that. Where is the heavy artillery? There we go. I actually had a surplus of 92 of these at one point, so I know it just did a major bump there. Okay, got enough mountain warfare equipment for right now. It's mountain guns that I need. Where are those? Usually they're right there, but could be down with the rest of the... Okay, there we are. Come on, move it up. Move it on up to the top. got half of the Junkers 52 still being worked on. Half of one. Get up here. There we go. Heavy arty. And these guys. All right. Not a lot of each of them, so I should just be able to free up a few and should be good to go. Okay, they're finally equal, which is what I wanted, so let's cut back on that. That's 12, going to produce 2 per month, so 6 months, that'll be good. Okay, definitely need more radio. Big stackack. See, I'm thinking that they are prepping for an attack on Barcelona. So, where are my dudes? Okay, they are moving. We've got Valencia. We've got Malaga, which he's suddenly garrisoning again. Look at this. It's a giant Spanish slap fight. That's it, though. That is all of them. So, done. Done and done. apparently they just automatically returned. Good. Let's get you guys back on training so we can get you back. Shouldn't be too long. They're already at like level 4 green. They can only go one level of trained crew without combat. And they kind of got their butts handed to them by those Karpovs, for the most part. We did get a lot of experience out of that, but they bled for it. We're into July of 38. Okay, there's the Klagenfurt Junker School. Lessons from Spanish campaign, now that it's done. I do have enough space for that. Oh, and the Anti-Comintern Pact. Let's get that cranked. Since I got from the Russians what I wanted. Also, did anything show up in the SS packets here without notification? No, it's still going. All right. What to develop from here? Probably more of this. It does get me resources, and a lot of it. Not a lot of it right there. There's like +3, +5. Already checked that. Nothing comes out of it. Yeah, nothing spare. Okay. Just building up the freeways.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Okay, are these guys actually caught up? Mostly. Gotta keep an eye on some of this. Chinese weapons deal. The bet question. Replacing Ludwig Beck with Franz Halder. Not as organized, but better on the attack. Not sure about this. I usually prefer to have the organization, but that is a substantial attack bonus. The other thing is it cost me 50 political power to hold on to him. I'm going to hold on to him. Honestly, I don't like Halder. Okay, and we're actually joint training with the Greeks. More target practice. Another redeemed Order of Helvega. I don't have many things to spend C-bills on, so... yeah, can't blame you. I'm just an affiliate. I'm not a partner or anything. I don't have many options for what I can do with this stuff, and I can't seem to get it to differentiate at all either. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm doing with Twitch that much. I just come here and I game, and I hope people are entertained by it. Insufficient rubber. Ah, we're almost caught up here, so I think it's time to back off on some of the oil trade. I think I should be able to manage with just the, just dropping one. There we are. Available for deployment. Yaw. Thought it said that this would be available this month. Or, okay, it'll be later this month. After the 5th of August. Ah, there we are. Better command tanks. Speaking of which, I should probably start building some of those command tanks. That is a quirk that comes up every now and again, but it's in the base game too. You basically have to go to air, click that on and off, and then come back. It's annoying, but at least there's a workaround. Okay, I think we can stop building Panzer Is and start building Panzer I command tanks. Oh, are we actually short on mortars? We are. Build the Fumpy guns. Oh, hang on a minute. I have someone at the door. Should be my delivery from Walmart. Well, it was, but they cut and ran before I could even say hello. Jeez. Have I had the music off this entire time? I have, haven't I? I'm a moron. I think I turned that off like 2 years ago game time to make a point, and then, oh yeah, should probably have the music back on. It's less boring that way. No, please, continue. I think we got enough motorcycles for right now. Been yammering away for all this time. Oh yeah, music! Although I had to kill most of the channels that I used because the last time I ran, I was using a bunch of mods and I figured, okay, these mods won't have copyrighted music in them because it's original music by the people who do these mods. And it only appears in these mods. And then YouTube was going like, copyright. Really? Ping, 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 ping. A single video got 6 hits for copyright. Mind you, I didn't get strikes. I just got demonetized for it. Which, to me, I don't really make any money from YouTube. I really only use it as an archive where I'm multi-streaming. No DMCA strike or anything like that. But it was like 6 notices, meaning that YouTube recognizes it as copyrighted material from a mod that otherwise doesn't show up on YouTube? I don't know. But I'm like, just basically going, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and strike that entire video. I killed those videos entirely. Just to be safe. And I'm just sitting here going like, the only place anybody's going to hear any of this music is while playing the game or watching a stream like this. Who would have put in a copyright? Who would have even entered their stuff into the copyright system at YouTube in the first place? Because all it really does is get in the way of people who want to stream your mod and show off your work. I mean, if somebody is concerned that maybe a major YouTuber is making a lot of money off of their game, off of the game stream that happens to include their music, that's one thing. But let's face it, people are not coming to watch them play just because they have the music on. That's an additional thing. If it were just the music, probably nobody would pay attention at all. Okay, so yeah, General's protest that I've been putting stuff into the SS. I am assuring them the OKW has final command of all SS forces. And that is actually something I set up where, I mean, it's actually part of the main game, where the SS and the Wehrmacht go back and forth complaining about each other getting military resources. But there is actually a thing in here that will help kill that off if you take... I actually may have gotten rid of it. There's a second thing that is supposed to be in here where you are guaranteeing a command structure. It may have gotten moved. Vaya con queso. Have a good one, Buckeye. Yeah, it is true that anyone can claim copyright. And it could very well be that the people claiming copyright of this music are full of shit. But because YouTube doesn't bother checking, there's a possibility that if one of these idiots pushes things, I could wind up losing my archive channel. And I've got hundreds of videos archived on that channel, and they get automatically sent every time I stream here. So I don't want to see the archive of, nobody watches those videos either. They're just there in case I want to pull them for purposes of making another video out of clips of something. Or in case something comes up that's interesting, it's like, hey, I have some place that's saved now. Now let's see here. Ah, yeah, that gets me 3 refineries. Do it. I'm converting a bunch of... I still think that's silly. I got 9 Austrian tankettes. Primitive tankettes. What am I going to do with these? Oh, how about make them into cars? Just make them into cars. Okay. Got somebody running around on the streets in a little tank. A little tankette. Bim, 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 bim. That's enough of the early flak. And we're finally done with the Junkers there. That's just eating rubber that we need to put into other things like actual transport trucks. Need to find some place to pull those from, though. Ah, probably right here. And that gives me 3 remaining. Oh, I've caught up on machine guns, too. That's going to get upgraded soon. Actually, because I've got upgrades incoming, I should not be building any more of those at all. Let's get these cranked out. Hey, Sweden! Oh, you want our stuff again, huh? Yeah! Yeah! Gibbs! Speaking of which, I should look into the, Oh, wait, I have to... Okay, non-aggression pact, definitely. Just get that cranked out of the way. No, Italy. Non-aggression. How's Hungary looking? Ooh. Ask for military access. Poland. Poland last game turned out really... Oh, okay. Hello, Finland. Offer military... Okay, wait. I can offer military access, but they won't give it. That's rare. Usually it's the other way around. Let's start off offering docking rights. Well, these guys. And okay. Offer military access. Okay, they rejected the anti-Comintern pact, but still allow for... Oh, that reminds me. Who accepted the pact? I forget. Once it goes through, you actually have to check to see who signed on. Because it doesn't tell you. Usually if it's yellow like this, they agreed. So Poland's on board. Let's try improving relations with them. They, I think, went on board. Yes. Sure, let's just improve relations in general. They said yes. How about the Danes? They said yes. So only Finland said no. Apparently Romania said no, as did Bulgaria. Yugoslavia, however, is on board. That's unusual. And of course, the Hungarians are like, yeah, also drawing towards Germany, so that's a plus. The Italians actually rejected it. So did the Turks. While the Greeks said yes. Huh. Okay, I'm just spending I'm actually sucking for power at this point because I'm massively boosted. I'm just going on a tirade of, if you can call it a tirade of diplomacy. That's one way to put it, I guess. Alright, they're almost entirely trained up. Yeah, let's send one of these guys, the 1st Infantry Division, to reinforce him. How about the, okay. Yeah, they're actually Gebirgsjäger. 3 Gebirgs divisions. Put those under Scherner. There'll be an independent command. And manually update them, I guess. The Alpenjäger divisions actually aren't that good for the most part. But it's better than nothing. And these others are already Alpenjägers. Put the Alpenjäger Corps right there. And extend his line. He's going to have to cover the whole thing there. Enemy Cypher, right here. 646 days, we don't have that long. Let's try the French. How far can we stretch this? That far. And those three would be hills. Alright. Allowing him to reduce his frontage. And moving them to the southern hills front. All right. Might as well go ahead and train up the rest of the Luftwaffe. Actually, all of them, I think it is. Yeah, considering the hatred the Turks have for the Russians, you would think that they would be on board with the anti-Soviet pact. But then again, the Russians kind of handed them their ass in the First World War. So unless they're prepared to actually go into the Caucasus like they tried last time, they might not want to. Okay, so we're actually telling off Ireland at this point. That's never a good idea. You don't tell off the Irish tell you off. Oh, hang on a minute. Somehow these guys got mixed up a bit. Or, nope, that's correct. I misidentified their operations area. There we go. Allows the panzers to concentrate their forces better. Since this is mostly plains and forest. Instead of going through the mountains, we'll just go south through the forest. Instead of going through the Maginot Line, we go through the forest. Who would see that coming? Alright, let's see if anything else is messed up here. That is SSTV 4. Not firing. Let's see. That's probably related to that showing. As Fallschirmjäger. So those guys are messed up for some reason. What about the rest of these? He can't go, so the rest of the upgrades to the mountain divisions can't go. That's just time related, and time related. So all the rest of that is working fine. I think we just have one glitch left in the pipeline, so to speak. Well, that was what they should have done. But in this case, I'm actually doing the reverse. I want to go ahead and build up the Siegfried line and keep the French out if it comes down to war with the French, while relying on the neutrality of the Low Countries to keep them from sweeping around the Siegfried line. It's the French defense plan, but being employed against the French. Alright, got my emails finally. Let's get some motor cannons to throw on them. And then we have the Austrian stuff here. Usually I put this into electronics and radio. Anything else showing up here? Everything looks good. Except possibly this. Okay, mountain warfare equipment. Need more of that now. And it's time to invest in the emails. Can I get both of these? Yes. Maintenance and airframe. That's all I'm going to be able to get for the first model. But that's going to make for a very nice first model. Start cranking them. And I do have enough of the rest of this for the most part. Let's get out of there. Keep those upgrades going. Gonna need a lot more radios soon. Where am I gonna get the spares from? Oh yeah, and I need to get more mountain equipment. Support equipment actually needs to be at the top. There we are. I guess I'm going to have to cut back on this a bit. And actually, this is probably going to be about the time I'm going to have to knock off anyways. It'll give me a chance to hunt down that Gebirgs bug, as well as the one that is haunting the TV4 unit, which is one of the Totenkopfverband, part of the death camp units that have been retired. So, killed a lot of bugs, but those two are still there. Some other polish items that are needed. I got about half a dozen things I need to look into. So sorry about that. And I also just got my groceries in anyways. I usually stream for about 4 hours and we just hit that. So this is as good a time as any to knock off. Give me a chance to hunt down these bugs. Maybe correct that so I can continue the actual playthrough instead of just doing yet another restart. So, Tiger, I want to thank you for dropping in today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And thanks again to Buckeye. I know he already took off. Halvega, as usual, I appreciate the hosting. So, this is Sergeant Roy Calbeck signing off from Unicorn Brigade Headquarters Company. And I hope you folks have a great rest of your weekend. And hopefully a decent week ahead of you. Take care.